Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to cover the important topic that is document automation. So, whenever we are logging into the control room, under this tab AI, we have this document automation. So, before going to the control room, let's see what are the content that we are going to cover in this video. So, we will be seeing the what is the IQ bot or the document automation, or we are going to see the difference between this IQ bot and the document automation. Then we will be saying what is the learning instance. So that will be under document automation. Then what are the what is the concept of aliases? Then what are the form fields and what are the table fields? Then how to run this document automation, and after the execution, how we are going to get the results. That is, we'll be seeing the output file as well. How we are getting the results in after we provide the fields for the extraction. So we will see everything in this video. Okay, all right. So let's move to the control room. So whenever you log into your control room, so for my community edition, so there are limitation of 5 learning instances. So under this AI tab, you have the document automation, and inside of this, you can create the learning instance. Okay, so before creating the learning instance, we will see what actually the difference between the IQ bot and the document automation. So IQ bot was the previous version of this, we can say, for document automation. So in the IQ bot, so the major difference between these two is for the IQ bot, we have to map the every field by mapping in the PDF file or the invoices. Each field we have to map. And for the document automation, we just have to provide the name of the fields, like the form fields and the table fields, like the horizontal, the data at the start of the invoice, and for the table fields, those are in like multiple line items. So only we have to provide the name of the headers and the name of the form fields. And this document automation, it will scan the document on its own, and it will it will extract on its own. So there is no need of mapping each field in the case of document automation. So this is one major difference between this IQ bot and the document automation. Okay, and in between, we will see what the differences we can observe between this IQ bot and the document automation. And this document automation is now easily available in the community edition, because for previously for the IQ bot, we need to have the license for the creating this one the instance of this IQ bot. And all this we will be using like IQ bot or the document automation for extracting the data from the invoices, which can be in the form of PDF or the image format. So we can pass those to this document automation, and we can extract the required fields. So this is the introductory part for the IQ bot and the document automation. Now let's move on to the second step, or we can say while we are implementing the document automation, our first step will be we have to create the learning instance. So what this learning instance is about is, so whenever we navigate to the AI under AI tab, document automation, so here we have a we have an option for creating the learning instance. So this learning instance will decide the type of the document. So here you can see, okay, we'll go one by one. So this basically the learning instance will learning instance will have the all the details about the type of invoice that we are going to process, or we are going to provide as an input to the particular uh, we can say the learning instance for the extraction of different fields. So whenever we click on this learning instance, so we have to provide the name of the learning instance. So let's provide the name as let's say test test instance. The description is optional, or we can keep it same. Now, the type of document. So either we can select the invoices. So there will be the standard different fields, and all the fields that is that can be possible in the form of like standard invoices. So all will be listed in this particular if you select this invoices. And if you don't want to use the template, like your document is different than the you have any suppose any different document, and you manually have to define the different form fields and the table fields, then you can go with the user defined as well. So here you have to provide at least one form field and the table field for that particular invoice in the case of user defined. So currently we will go with the invoices, and it's a language. So by default it is English, but it supports the 4 different languages like English, French, German, and Spanish. So you can try this afterwards. So let me select English, then locally, it's a English United States, and it's a provider, it should be pre-trained. There is only one option. So let's click on the next. So here you can see there is a list of form fields and table fields. So what are the different fields that we need to extract? So let's click on this. And also we will check with the our invoices or the document that we are providing as an input to this learning instance for the extraction purpose. So let's check that. So I have created one folder where in the input folder I have put this sample invoices. Yes. So if you click on the on this any of the field, so you can see that there is a detail of that particular field, like field properties, then you have field rules and document rule. So we will see one by one what it is. So field label is nothing but it's a invoice number. Then it's a confidence. So it's a 0 to 100. So this is a number between 0 to 100. So this confidence score will decide the extraction extraction of the particular field. Like if the clarity of the document is very good, so you can keep this up to like 80. So 80 is by default. You can update this. And if the clarity of the document is not that much, and if you keep this confidence score on higher side, then there are chances of this field is not getting extracted using this learning instance. So you can always keep this confidence score on the lower side, so that and if the field is not getting extracted, then it goes into the human validation after the extraction is completed using the learning instance. So this is about the confidence score, and it's a data type. So data type you can set as per the requirement, like invoice number. So always it's better to keep it on the text side, text, number, date, and address. Then you have this required. That is, either you can set it as either optional or the required. So if you keep it on the required side, and the if the learning instance is unable to extract the that particular field, so again it goes in the human validation. And so this is one thing, and you can see the concept of aliases over here. For each field, these are already with the automation anywhere learning instance. So if you just expand this, so you can see for the invoice number, so you have these many aliases. So what these aliases means, let me show it to you with the example. So our field to be extracted is invoice number. So let's open any one document. Okay. So in this particular document, you can see the invoice number is written as like this, invoice number. Okay. Let's check with other document. Okay. So in this document, you can see the invoice number is written as capital invoice hashtag. So we can say in this particular document, the invoice number is written as only invoice hashtag. So we have to add this particular invoice hashtag in the aliases, so that the learning instance will also know that this is also a field that has to be mapped with invoice number. So like this, if there are variations in the invoices, let's check other one. So if there are variations in the invoices with invoice number, okay, invoice number colon. So like this, if there are variations, so all these has to be listed in the aliases, so that the bot will be, not the bot, the learning instance will be able to identify and extract it. So this is about the learning instance and the aliases. So all these aliases are already added for each field. You can see for the invoice date, you can see these are the aliases. So like this for each field, and even if your invoice that you are supposed to extract the data, so it's the text for the invoice number or invoice date for or any of the field, if it is not matching with these already listed aliases, so you can add your custom aliases over here, and you can click on the submit button, so that your aliases will be added in this existing list of aliases. So this is about the aliases. Then we have this field rule. So let's search this, or we can say add rule. So what this rule is about, if the following conditions are met. So what is the condition is, the field that you are extracting, if it is equal to, not equal to, or if that particular field contain, doesn't contain, start with, doesn't start, or end with, or if it is empty, or you can even apply the regular expression that is regex over here. So you can compare that the field that you are extracting with the value, and if this condition has met or not, and accordingly what condition or what action you have to perform is it is listed over here. That is, you want to replace that, or if you want to show the error, or if you want to set any default value for the extracted value, or any regular expression regex extract. So all the things you can uh, manipulate over here, or you can set the different rules. Even you can add one more action. So like this, you can update this, or you can add even one more condition over here. So like this, you can have the field rules, and even for the document rule, let's add it. So what this document rule is, if the following conditions are met, so we have different conditions for the form fields. Let's say if the invoice date, and if it equals, not equals, content, start with, end with. So you can validate each field that you are extracting using this document rule. And then what action to be performed. So you can select it from over here. Let's say invoice date and what action. So you can replace with some text like that. So this is all about the field rule and document rule. So let me remove this currently. So all this you can try with the validation. So, so first step our would be just to map the different fields and see how the extraction is, how we are getting the results. And after that, for improving the results, we can go with this field rule and the document rule one by one. So it's a trial and error. So you have to see how the extraction goes and how is the need of this field rules and the document rules. Now let's validate the fields that we are supposed to extract. And accordingly, we will mark these form fields for the first invoice. So for each invoice, you have to validate whether those fields are present in that particular invoice, and accordingly map the different fields. Okay, let's check. Okay, the invoice number. Okay, yes, we have this invoice number in the document. Then invoice date. Okay, invoice date. Okay, invoice number, date issued, due date. Okay. So here we need to check what will be the invoice date. Okay, let's see. It can be either date issued or due date, or we can uncheck that if we are not sure. Then PO number. Okay, we need to check that as well if we have that in the document. Okay, let's remove that as well. Okay, receiver address, or we can say bill to. Okay, and ship to address. So, okay, let's keep only one field. And in the receiver address, we will see Bill 2 is there or not. Okay. Okay, let's add that. See, if the aliases that you are adding, if it already exists, so it will show the validation that it already exists. And if it is not, you can just type the receiver address as a build to and click on the submit button. So you can see, if you can scroll down, your aliases has been added to the existing list of aliases. So this will be treated as a receiver address. Okay, then total amount. Okay, the total amount. Okay, or the amount due. Yes, amount due. So it is already listed in this. So this will be extracted as a total amount. So these are the form fields. Okay, now let's move on to the table fields. Let's check with the description. So all these details will be extracted as a description for each line item. So this is the description, then quantity, quantity as QTY. So it is already there. So you can see it's a quantity, then unit price. We can say the rate, unit price. Okay. We can add over here aliases, rate. Yes, the alias has been added and total price. Okay, as a amount, let's check that total price or the amount. So what we did, we have mapped these fields with the fields that we have in the or present in the document. Or even if you want to add some more fields which is not listed over here, but it is present in the document and you want to extract that. So what you can do, show unused. So here you can see these are the different, we can say the table fields. You can check it and uh, you can select this and check this particular fields present in your invoice and check for the aliases and you can go ahead with the extraction part. So right now will for the training purpose, we'll keep these three fields for the form field and the table field. For the table field, we have four. Now, after validating all this, we can click on this create learning instance. Now you can see it is successfully created test instance. So this is our learning instance that has been created just now. So this is all about how we create the learning instance. And also we have seen what are the aliases, then what are the form fields and what are the table fields. So up to this part, we are clear. Now we are going to see how to run this document automation or how we can pass the documents or the invoices that we have and so that we can able to extract the fields that the form field and the table fields from the invoices. Okay, now let's see how we can run this. So you can either click on this process button. So you can click on this So here you can see input documents and download data too. So in the case of input documents, so maximum you can provide the 5 documents at once, and there are the accepted, we can say the file formats are JPG or JPEG, PNG, PDF. So all these formats are supported. So you can click on this, or you can provide the path of the document. So, so let's provide the path, copy as path. So document automation, input. This is our first document. The document one, and we need to provide the path where the output should be to be. It will save the extracted data. So I have created this output folder. So let's provide that path. Yes. So after providing this, you have to click on this process document. So it will start the processing for this particular document that we upload. And for the first time, this learning instance will take more time to process the document. As this document automation, it will scan the whole document that you have uploaded, and then it will find the all the fields that you have listed as a form field and the table field in that particular document, and then it will extract the fields. And there are actually two ways to pass the documents to this learning instance for the extraction purpose. The one method is that we have already seen in the learning instance. So we can click on this process button and provide the input document and the download data path. So this is one method. The another method will be inside of the taskbot, we can integrate this learning instance, and inside the loop of, let's say, if we have the multiple documents that is more than 5, we can use that learning instance in the loop, and we can pass the multiple documents in the loop. So you can see the message, the processing started. So let's click on this view status for that particular learning instance. So we can see the test instance, it is current status is open. Okay, let's check. Let's click on that. So here you can see the ongoing activity of that particular learning instance. So now it is in the extraction phase and its state is in progress. So as I have mentioned earlier, it will scan the whole document for the first time. So that may take time. So let's wait for this to complete the extraction part. So here we can see the bot extraction is in progress, and we can see that the extraction command has started and it is processing the document. So for the first time, to scan the whole document and then extract the fields, so it takes more time. So it will download the additional resources. So it will extract all the form fields and the table fields. And if it is not able to extract the specified fields, then it will go into the human validation. So we can see that screen once this is completed to 100%. So let's wait for this to complete the execution. Okay, so we can see that the extraction has been completed and now it has moved into the validation task. So here you can see on the left hand side, the document, it has highlighted all the fields. So that so this document has been scanned by the bot, and we can say the bot or the learning instance, and it has mapped the fields on its own, and it has extracted. We can see the invoice number here, it's correct. Then the receiver address as a your client, so it has extracted it correctly. Then total amount, here you can see it has extracted correctly. But we need to validate for the, you can see for the table fields where there is a quantity. So it looks like for quantity it's optional, and for the unit price it has not got the values. Okay, for quantity as well, we have to validate for all three as it is not able to extract. So let's wait. And for the description, you can see it has extracted only for the first line as services, then consulting, and then for material. Okay, so let's validate these uh, these fields which are not extracted by the learning instance. So for the first services, let's validate the quantity. So you have to click on this particular field and then highlight the value from the document. Okay, let's change this to human validation. Uh, Okay, okay, let's validate this, the quantity. Okay, then for unit price, it's an amount. So we can see here for the quantity, we are not able to highlight the particular quantity because the learning instance has not identified this column values like 10, 15, and 1. So that's why we are not able to validate this quantity. So let's complete for the unit price first. Okay, that is total price. Okay, unit price, it's a rate. Yeah, even you can see the rate is unit price is also not identified. So only for the material it is highlighted. So let's try for this second one. Okay. See, the learning instance is not able to identify that. So these fields we can keep it as either optional, or we have to retrain the document by reducing the we can say the confidence score. Or currently you can remove these delete row as well if you want, or either we can mark this document as invalid, or we can reprocess. But before reprocessing, let's check with the learning instance. And okay, for the table fields, for the quantity, the confidence score, let's reduce it to 30. Unit price, let's see what are the fields: quantity and unit price. Okay, for unit price also, let's make it 30. Okay, unit price. Okay, maybe there is a dollar symbol, so let's keep this as text. For quantity, it's a number. Okay, that is fine. Let's we have reduced the confidence score for quantity and unit price, and let's click on the save button. Okay, and here again, let's click on this reprocess document. It will extract again all the fields. Now it will not take that much amount of time because it is already scanned the whole document. And now you can see it is processing. Okay, now we can see again still we got the document into the validation, and still we can see there are three fields to validate. Unit price. Okay, unit price for the rate, and still here you can see these values are not getting highlighted. Only the last value is highlighted, and other values are extracted. Total price. Okay, let's try to update this. Okay, so sometimes we are not able to extract the data from the document. So for the time being, what I will do, I will delete these rows so that I can able to show you the output of this particular learning instance. So how it is extracted. So you can see here for the last one, it is highlighted. So we will see that last one. And after highlighting, I will click on this submit button. Now after this validation, now it will extract the data into the CSV file. So we can see the request is closed and this process has been completed. So let's check the folder that we have given. So in the document automation output folder, we have seen that there is a success folder has been created. Let's open that. And this is the file, CSV file. By default, it is created by the learning instance. And you can see these are the headers created by the learning instance. As you can see here, the invoice number, then we can say the receiver address, then total amount, then description, quantity, unit price, and total price. So these are the details that has been extracted by the learning instance. So in this way, you can train the different documents and validate the result. So let me close this. And here you can see in the learning instance, if you refresh this, so uploads, the count will be incremented by 1 and the validate documents count is 0 because the document is successfully processed. So it has, this counter has been updated to 1. Okay, all right. So this is it for this video. So this learning instance creation and how we process the document. So that we have seen in this video, and also we have seen what is the format of the output file. It is in the CSV format. So, and also we can call this learning instance in the task bot as well, so that we can process the multiple documents in a loop. Okay, let me quickly show you that as well with the task bot. So we will not process, just we will see the flow. Let's add that inside of the try block. And here you can search for the document extraction. And under this package, you have this command as extract data. So you can pull this, and here you can see document extraction, extract data. So here you can pass the file path over here, desktop file, and here you can call the learning instance. So here you can see our learning instance we have created is test instance. And here the output, you can save it to the local folder, and you can give the file path, the local. And this actually you can call this inside the loop, and loop you can call it as for each file in folder. You can give the folder path, create the dictionary variable, the name and the extension. So you can provide the dynamically all the files in a folder and keep this inside the loop. So, and here pass the folder and the file path with the dictionary variable as name and the extension. And this is our learning instance. And if you run this, so you will be getting for each file in the folder, we can say for each file, you will get the extracted result as a CSV file. So in this way, you can call this document automation in the task bot as well. Okay, all right. So this is it for this video. So let's summarize this. In the first part, we have seen what is the IQ bot and document automation and its difference. Then we have seen how to create the learning instance, how to provide the different aliases, then form fields and the table fields. And this is the first part. And in the second part, we have seen how to run the document automation. So that one take more time for the first run, as the bot will download the dependencies and then it will scan the whole document first, and then it will extract the fields that we have provided as form and the form fields and the table fields. And then we have seen how the output file is generated. Yes, and before that, if there are any human validation, so that also we have seen. So we have to manually highlight the fields and we have to click on the reprocess or submit the document. And with the last part, we have seen that how to integrate the learning instance in the task bot. The task bot and how we can process the multiple files in a loop from the specific folder. Okay, all right. So this is it for this video. Actually, for the document automation, there are lot many things to do. So you can do this on your own. Thank you.